Hello, my name is Joshua Kyer. I am here to talk about the effects on deforestation. I'm going to start off with the definition of deforestation, which is the permanent destruction of forests in order to remove land or trees, or such as plant life. But onto like mining. As you know, mining is a type of deforestation because you're getting rid of a big area of like trees and like any ecosystem around there because you're making like areas of like a mining place where you can start mining for like ores, iron, steel, gold, rubies, diamonds. I don't know. It's the type of thing they're mining for. But there is a high demand to that increase for the prices for those minerals that they are mining for, and most of that is large construction developments that will include of like roads, railways, and power systems, which are there to help for the mining stuff, but it definitely is a bad effect to the environment, which is deforestation is being played right there. But if we get to paper, paper is a big mass production in countries like America, China, Japan, Canada. They've made up more of the world's paper production, up to like 400 million tons a year. And but if we had the chance to recycle all that paper, we could save up to more like 25.5 mil of carbon dioxide that's being put up in the air, which is millions of tons of that. But as we get to like forest fires, they occur naturally in untouched forest lands. And if you've seen like California, they have so many forest fires over there. I just go straight burning around that place. And you just see ashes of just wood and plant life around. And then like it's just natural blazes that can actually promote a greater health for its ecosystem, because by removing all that dead organic matter, it can make room for a new growth of like reborn plant life. And but when it's reborn, it goes through that same process of you give it a couple years and then it's going to do another forest fire and then it's going to go through that same process again. Yeah. But we get to soil erosion that, if you ever notice, the trees actually keep the soil stable, keep it in place. But as you see, if you remove the trees, it can cause like the soil to loosen up, leave it exploited for like damaging rains and winds that just make it to erode and erode. It's just like that time we were in Kansas back then where they had the big dust bowls because the soil was eroding and farmers weren't taking care of the soil at all. And as you know, those dust bowls were like spanning to the areas of Kansas and wherever it was close to. And but it's just that agriculture, cattle ranching are the demand of like wood drove deforestation will increase the losses of that soil and its nutrients. So that's why farmers today have taken more measures to keep the soil that they're planting for harvest season, to make sure not another dust bowl happens, because nobody wants that. But if we get to climate change, trees have a purpose of balancing the world's carbon dioxide levels in that gas cycle, in the atmosphere, into the oceans, the soil, and other living organisms. Pretty much climate change is a big thing today. Even raises the water level, raises the water levels to this day. As you see in Florida, they're having a bad problem where the water levels are coming up and more. And as soon as a couple years, maybe or more, it could pretty much cause a big problem for that place. But as you know, if you any chance that we can continue a removal of excess carbon from the atmosphere can lead to excess carbon will emission, the contribution to the greenhouse effect and the accelerated climate change, which we don't want so much CO2 up in the atmosphere because it's not good for us for to breathe at all. It can literally make us sick, pretty much. And that's why we're trying to increase more oxygen levels, more than the CO2 levels that we have today. But yeah. But as I get to floods, if you see trees that, well, as I would say, trees have a reason to help on floods because they can absorb all that rain, that heavy rainwater, just to decrease the damaging of floods. But if we never had those trees, if we never had trees at all, it would create so many disastrous floods that would just damage straight through everything, through a city or town. And it's not and it's not good. But I have a report from back then, like wasn't that far, but in 2004, floods had killed hundreds of people in Haiti. Reports from that aftermath of the disaster revealed that the removal of 98% of the island nation's forests caused the flooding, deeming the floods a man-made ecological disaster. That is very destructive. But that is my conclusion to the effects of the deforestation. If you got any questions or comments, ask me. But that is the end of my speech here, and I hope to do more and greater and better speeches later on throughout the semester. Now, stay tuned to another speech.